I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6:30. And we have a birthday up here on the dais. So Secretary Yearwood, we are going to sing him happy birthday real quick.
Jim, I want to hear it back there. Okay.
Point of order.
Just kidding. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Beautiful.
Is that recorded?
The voice of angels.
Sadly, it is.
Oh, yes.
Boy, that's gonna go.
And now it's
viral.
on public record.
Well, I would just like to say before we continue that everyone has such lovely singing voices. And moving forward, members of the public can view the meeting live on YouTube, and the link is posted on the agenda. Members of the public are hereby notified that meetings of the Board of Directors are recorded, and requests for video recordings may be made to the clerk of the board. If a member of the public wishes to make a general public comment or a comment on a non-agenda item, please submit a blue speaker card to the clerk of the board, and speaker cards are available at the table at the back. And at this time, I'd like to welcome up B. Lopez, Program Manager for Explore Rancho Cordova, to lead us in the pledge. And after the pledge, I'll say a few words.
So everybody, please stand and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stay on up here.
I'm gonna stay over here, guys.
That's perfect. So B is someone that I have had the privilege of working closely with over the years. And she's been an incredible partner in everything we do and has such a genuine passion for connecting with partners and connecting people and just building up our community. So it's been a pleasure working with her. And great news, on May 14th, we have the pleasure of co-hosting a welcome reception together. It will be out at Exploration Park from 5 to 7, and we hope to see you all there. And I'd like to turn it over to B for just a minute so she can share a little bit more about Explore Rancho Cordova.
Thank you so much for having me, especially inviting me a second time and knowing that I would stay over here and not come try to take over your jobs on the other side. But I had so much fun last time. Thank you. So yes, as Shelby said, I'm super excited to work with the Park District. We officially made you our premier program sponsor because we do so much work with you. So you have a lot of visibility in all of our program pieces, including our website. So I invite you to check that out at exploreranchoca.com. And as Shelby mentioned, Shelby is a very fun person to work with. And so when we talked about hosting a new resident welcome reception, we thought, of course, a park. I've never had, in all of the 10 years we've been doing this, we've never had a welcome reception at a park. And of course, Shelby came up with Exploration Park for Explore Rancho, so we're very excited about that. And we can't wait to have people come out and visit your parks. Shelby and her team do send representatives to our new resident receptions already, and they chat with our residents about all the parks that are specifically in their neighborhoods, all the fun and activities that there are. And your recreation guide goes into our welcome bags that are distributed to new residents. So we're so pleased to have the parks as a partner. It's what you guys do is phenomenal. My husband actually serves on your Parks Foundation board. So it's really fun to see him. This is his first time ever serving on a board of directors. So it's because I've worked for the Chamber of Commerce for 10 years. I'm pretty familiar with the community, but I act like I'm not when he comes home from the meetings and says, "Did you know that the park district, that this event is coming?" I go, "No." Tell me more, because we want him to be engaged, right? So he has a special place in his heart for you guys, and I do too. So thank you so much for being amazing partners and for inviting me tonight.
We're gonna do a little picture for the partnership.
Thank you.
So if we wouldn't mind getting in front of the podium, so B can do her modeling. So we want to celebrate our partnership here.
Oh, make sure no. Yes. Always plan. Front center. Front center.
Whoa.
Well, I'll just lean on the beat. We do the cheer thing. All my kids when they were cheerleaders, that's what they
Should we do our-
did in the photo.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Posterity. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, bud.
Why, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Great to see you.
Appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
First ever two-time speaker.
You have to do 5.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Remember those people that used to come complain about the cats or something big and they used to come all the time, man. This guy used to sit down and never talk.
Okay.
On to item number 2.
Item 2, standing action item, SB 707 requests. This is the portion of the meeting where we deal with any requests to join remotely through SB 707. We received no request under the emergency cause provisions and will list it as no action taken.
Item 3.
Roll call, Director Sloan,
Present.
Director Dansel,
Here.
Secretary Yearwood,
Here.
Vice Chair Mattis,
Here.
Chair Langen,
Here. And now to B.
comments by the public on non-agenda items. Members of the public may address the board on topics within the district's jurisdiction that are not listed on this agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. It is a violation of state law for the board to discuss or take action on non-agenda items. Board members may only briefly ask clarifying questions or refer the matter to staff. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, there is no public comment.
All right, on to item C, consent calendar.
Consent calendar items are considered administratively routine and will be acted upon in one motion unless separate action on a specific item is necessary. The chairperson will consider any requests for discussion on the items prior to approval of the consent calendar, and this evening we have 5 items for your consideration. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, there is no public comment.
All right, are there any items board members would like to pull? No? Is there a motion?
I'll move the, excuse me, Chair Lang, I'll move the board approves consent calendar items C1 through C5 as presented. I'll second that motion.
Have a motion by Secretary Yearwood and a second by Director Sloan.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye. And nothing for D, so on to item E.
Item E1, Standing Committee, District Policies on April 6, 2026, attended by Yearwood and Danzel.
Would you like to go first?
No, I'll let you go first.
Oh.
Secretary.
Oh. Well, all right. Yeah, we had a very nice meeting. It's really nice that we've, we work really hard to get all of our policies up to date and all those things, and we do a wonderful job. Andrea does a wonderful job of, when things need to be updated or added, making sure those get taken care of. Now I'm having a hard time reading my own handwriting here. We talked about a few things. One of the things was we're going forward, if this is all approved, to basically people, when they clock in, they're going to get paid for their hours instead of, there used to be a rounding thing. So we're going to look into that. cleaned up some language in kind of our sick leave process and policies. And let's see here, we also, due to, I believe, state requirements, are now going to maintain election and training records in their employee files. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna report on. You
Okay.
wanna report on something else?
So, not much more. As Secretary Yearwood said, we went through, Andrea is always really good at making sure that when the law changes, she's on top of that to make sure that we're there. As Secretary Yearwood said, the clock in, clock out time is something that we discussed. It is something new that we'll be bringing forward later in discussion tonight. And then some policies about the board that are very simple, but we've been doing them. We've just never had them in writing. So we're actually gonna finally put them in writing just to clarify for the public and ourselves that this is the way we do things. That's all I've got.
I'd like to add, may I add one more thing?
Yes, sir.
We are adding a policy about conduct for interactions with minors. So that's a very important one that we just gonna codify what our guidelines are for that, so there's no ambiguity or any gray area, so people know what the expectation is for R. All right. That's all we got on that one, Chair.
All right, awesome, thank you. E2?
Item E2, Standing Committee, Budget and Finance on April 13th, 2026, attended by Yearwood and Sloan.
I do declare, I believe, Secretary Sloan is, Director Sloan.
I'll do Rochambeau's here goes first. I'll go first. We're in really good shape, guys. I mean, look at that man over there. He's smiling, he's got no perspiration over his brow. He's got no need to look behind him because we can only look forward because we've got so much happening here at the district. Proposed revenue is up, general fund property tax, 7.1 million. Development fees, 11.3. We have programming at 2.5, and which a total of 20.9 million in revenue. Is that right, Matt? Tell me, look close. Thought I added it up right. Am I off a little bit? Right, and our golf course is doing fantastic. It's 1.9 mil annually projected, right? That's good. But it's paying for itself. A little bit. All right, our total collections fund balance is at 56,806,250, which is pretty good, guys. Reserves, project fund and development is up 4% from last year. 4% is a good interest rate these days. Our major sports complex is gonna be paid off. Our last payment is gonna be made by this year, right, Matt? So that'll free up some funds to go other places. And with that, I'm going to pass my notes.
So smooth.
What is that we're paying off?
The Mather
Mather
Sports
Sports
Complex,
Center
the original
complex.
loan
The original, okay.
from, was that 20 years ago?
20 years
Lord.
ago, Matt.
I remember sitting in those meetings. Were you in those meetings?
I remember the grand opening. They forgot to introduce me.
We're sorry to hear that. All right. Some of the other things is, last year we didn't do a COLA, so this, proposed for next year, we're looking to do a 3% COLA for staff. Let's see here, what do we got here? Looks like we got 57 projects for parks, facilities, upgrades with a conceptual estimate, projected budget 2.4 million. That sound about right? All right, excellent. And even with all the plant and budget subsidies to the general fund, we're projected to increase our reserve by $500,000. Oh, sorry, you were supposed to do a drum roll. So, basically, it was a good kickoff, and everything we're again doing well. Matt and his team were doing a great job and keeping everything and all our numbers in line. And we got a lot of projects coming up. You know, it's not a lot of high dollar stuff, but a lot of visual people are gonna see it and recognize it. We're doing a lot of things out there for not a lot of money, but have a lot of visually impactful, and people are gonna recognize that and appreciate that, so. It's also great to hear that our synthetic field, one of the synthetic fields at Mather is in the process of being replaced, and your shade structures are coming to your park, to near you soon. Good thing they didn't put them up before this last week and it might have blown over.
And bocce.
Oh, and bocce, yes, yes.
Well, that's next fiscal, yeah.
Yeah. All projected stuff, so all in all, it's looking good, and I don't see anything that should be of a concern to us when it comes time to finalize all these things. So that is our report, sir.
All right, well, thank you very much. Seeing nothing for F, we will move down to G, regular calendar.
Item G1, adopt amendments to the personnel policies, employee handbook for the Cordova Recreation and Park District as presented. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, I will turn it over to Human Resource Manager Andrea White.
Good evening. Thank you, Chair Langen and Board of Directors. I'm going to briefly go over the policies that I'm bringing forward for amendment. Tonight, I have 5 policies that will be amended. The first 2 are connected. We would like to amend the way that we currently have people clocking in. These are hourly employees, both full-time and part-time. We are allowed to, under federal laws, to round to the nearest quarter hour. However, we're finding that there are discrepancies, and it's been recommended by legal counsel to have people clock in and out on at the actual time. We can still round up in the morning time if people clock in, get coffee, and then have them start at their start time. But otherwise, we are going to be going off strictly by the clock that is being used. And in doing that, I want to also note that we have to make amendments to our current new payroll software to make that change. And so we believe that'll come forward in the next 30 days. Likely at the beginning of a pay period, just to make it clean. And so we can also train everybody and let everybody know if the board decides to approve this policy. The second item is on sick leave accrual. This is just a cleanup of language. Part-time employees don't actually accrue sick leave here at the district. We actually issue them 40 hours, which is required. And so I just need to make sure that it's clear so it doesn't confuse anybody that it's not being accrued, it's just being issued. So that's just a language cleanup. The next one is employee records. Like Director Yearwood stated, according to Senate Bill 513, all training records, required training for employees, do need to be kept in their personnel file. We do keep them separately, so we've been keeping these records, but we just have to ensure that they're part of their personnel file, which is something employees have access to. So that's a pretty easy transition for the HR department. And the final policy is a brand new policy, and it's called Standards for Conduct for Interactions with Minors, Boundary Policy. This was recommended by Capri and also reviewed by our legal counsel, and it just gives guidelines on how to be appropriate with minors. We work in a lot of programs that have children, and we've already trained staff on how to be appropriate with minors, but this just solidifies it, puts it in our personnel policy, in addition to part of their training program with our staff. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right, start at the end with Director Sloan.
No, sir.
I don't have any questions. No, thank you.
And then just any adults that are working with minors, obviously, their background check, fingerprinted, and
Yes.
everything. Okay.
Every single employee and volunteer at the district has been background checked through the DOJ and FBI, and those records are maintained to where if there was an arrest notification, we would become aware of it immediately.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, do I have a motion?
I move the Board of Directors adopt the proposed amendments to the personnel policies employee handbook.
Second.
Have a motion by Vice Chair Mattis and a second by Director Danzel.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye.
Thank you.
And that brings us to G2.
Item G2, adopt amendments to the board policies for the Cordova Recreation and Park District as presented. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, there is no public comment. So I'll go ahead and just highlight a few items off the staff report. There are 3 proposed board policy changes. The first one is regarding 1.2, adoption/amendment of policies. And the purpose of this revision is to update the board policy manual to remove the requirement that board policy amendments be adopted by resolution. This requirement is not applied to other district policy documents, including finance and personnel policies, and has not been the district's standard practice. So this proposed revision ensures consistency in our amendment process across district policies. The next 2 proposed updates are to 2.23 chairperson and 2.24 vice chairperson. And the purpose of these revisions is to formalize a procedural practice that has occurred during board meetings when the secretary is absent. So over the past year, this has happened on 2 occasions. And so this just helps us ensure the orderly conduct of business and execution of required documents when we need those signatures. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Do we have any questions?
Not for me.
Yes, sir.
I have one question. It made me think about, so say I am not here. At the beginning of the meeting, would he then, would it automatically go to the vice chair? Does the chair have to say, I'm saying the vice chair is the, what is it, what was it? I can't remember the
Yeah,
term.
the chairperson would appoint the vice chair.
Okay.
The secretary?
And then say
As
if
acting
you
secretary.
and the vice chair were absent,
Okay.
then they would have the ability to appoint another
Okay.
director.
So they would, at the meeting, we would actually do that.
Correct.
We'd verbalize
Correct,
that. Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And then it'd become a part of the minutes records as
Okay,
well.
gotcha.
Shelby has to go reprint the stuff for whoever that person is signing.
Correct.
All right, do I have a motion?
It was very smooth.
It was when you were on as well.
I move the board of directors adopt amendments to the board policies for the Cordova Recreation Park District as presented.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Director Danzel and a second by Secretary Yearwood.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye. And that brings us to item G3.
Item G3, authorize the general manager to execute the necessary documents to renew the employee health, dental, life, vision, employee assistance program, EAP, and long-term disability plans effective July 1st, 2026. And at this time, we receive no speaker cards. And seeing none, I will turn it back over to Manager White.
Thank you. Okay, so it's that time of year to review and hopefully approve our benefit program that we offer to all full-time employees at the district. As you know, our open enrollment coincides with our fiscal year so that we can make sure that we can afford and budget for any amendments that may come up. I do want to mention that we are bringing forward no real major changes to what we're currently offering staff. And we consider our benefit program a key recruitment tool and retention tool here at our district. So just very briefly, this is what we offer. We offer medical, dental, vision, a life insurance program, an EAP, and a long-term disability program. And I think what's important to talk about is, you know, what's the price? How much is this going up? And it's going up, again, a little bit significantly. We were warned, you know, a few months ago that it was going to be going up higher, and we've been told it's rising healthcare costs, increased utilization of services. As employees age, there's additional costs, of course. So the estimate nationwide is between 8 and 12%. Our medical and dental programs together are going to increase by 10.85%. And so that's going to be an additional $11,587 per month. And over the year, that's going to cost us just under $140,000. And of course, that's always contingent on how many staff we have. If we onboard more, that cost will go up, but we budget for, any additional positions. But this is where we're at right now. And I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right. Are there any questions?
Nope.
No, sir.
I don't have any.
I move the board of directors authorize it. Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought,
I-
I
no,
thought
you're
you were
fine.
just looking.
Nope. I have a question
Sure.
about what other public agencies or special districts offer in this. Do they offer 100% coverage for medical and all of this, or is it, how do other agencies deal with it?
That's a great question. From the last time we did benchmarking, a lot of park districts still cover 100% medical, dental, and vision for their employees and dependents. But I think for us, since we are looking to do a total compensation study in the next year, hopefully, that is definitely something that we're going to question, because the larger agencies may not, but they're providing retirement medical. And that is something that we don't provide currently. We are considered a small business when it comes to purchasing plans, which means that we don't have as much flexibility. We don't qualify for certain types of benefits, fertility benefits, for example. And so that's something that we would like to look at in addition to the compensation that's being provided to our employees.
Okay, thank you.
What level would qualify the district for that next level?
100 enrollees. Right now, we have 58 enrollees, because not everyone takes our medical plan.
Oh, okay.
All right, do we have a motion?
I move the board of directors authorize the general manager to execute the necessary documents to renew the Employee Health, Dental, Life, Vision Employee Assistance Program, EAP, and long-term disability plans effective January 1st, 2026.
Second.
Have a motion by Vice Chair Mattis and a second by Director Danzel.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Danzel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye.
Thank you.
And that brings us to item G4.
Item G4, authorize the general manager to authorize an annual deposit of $2,100 for a single employee and $3,600 for employee plus spouse/child/family into a health savings account, HSA, for employees that select a high deductible health plan effective July 1st, 2026. And at this time, we receive no speaker cards. And seeing none, I will turn it back over to Manager White.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the second component of our benefit program. For our medical benefits, we offer the old school copay plan, but we also offer a high deductible plan. And with the high deductible, the district has historically, for a while, since 2013, we have also contributed into an HSA, a health savings account, to offset the cost of a high deductible plan. So we changed this a few years ago in 2023 to $2,100 annually for single and $3,600 for employee plus. And we're looking to continue the same exact program. We have done analysis that with the high deductible and the contribution to the HSA, it's still less expensive than a copay plan that we're offering. So it saves us a tiny bit of money, and it provides some flexibility for that employee to have funds put into a health savings account that rolls over year after year after year and can be used for any eligible medical expense, glasses, dental, whatever they'd like to use. It is a popular plan, and we'd like to continue to still offer that with this additional benefit. And I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions?
No, sir. Nope.
Do we have a motion?
We'll make the motion. Authorize general manager to authorize an annual deposit of $2,100 for a single employee and $3,600 for employee plus spouse, child, family into a health savings account, HSA, for employees that select a high deductible health plan effective July 1st, 2026.
Second.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Director Sloan and a second by Secretary Yearwood.
Director
Roll.
Sloan,
Aye.
Director Dansel,
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood,
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis,
Aye.
Chair Langen.
Aye. And that brings us to G5.
Item G5, authorize the general manager to execute the necessary documents to renew the flexible spending account, FSA, with Benefit Resource Inc., BRI, for eligible employees effective July 1st, 2026. And at this time, we received no speaker cards, and seeing none, I will turn it back over to Manager White.
Thank you. Okay, this is the final piece of our benefit program. Again, like the other two, we're not asking for any changes to this program. We'd like to just continue what's currently being offered. The flexible spending account is similar to an HSA where the employee can, on their own, elect it and put funds into it tax-free and use it for eligible medical expenses, deductibles, co-pays, glasses, extra dental work, whatever qualifies under that plan. This year, the IRS allows that people can elect up to $3,400 for medical, and what has changed significantly, it was $5,000 last year, up to $7,500 for dependent care. So they can put money in this fund tax-free and then use it for child care expenses, which is a great benefit for the employee. It is completely optional. It's voluntary for our employees. We do, however, pay a little administrative fee. However, by reducing their taxable income, that also reduces the tax that the district makes for federal taxes as well. So because costs go up, deductibles, co-pays can kind of nickel and dime people. A lot of people participate in this program and really appreciate it. And I'm happy to ask any questions you might have.
Any questions? No?
Nope.
It's a great program, I love it. The staff that don't participate in the insurance, I'm sorry, I meant to ask it earlier, that don't take our insurance, do they get a credit?
Yes.
Oh, they do, okay.
Yes, they get a cash in lieu for not taking the medical program.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent question. Chair Langen, I'd like to make a motion, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. I move the Board of Directors authorize the General Manager to execute the necessary documents to renew the Flexible Spending Account, FSA, with Benefits Resource Inc., BRI, for the eligible employees effective July 1st, 2026.
Second.
Have a motion by Secretary Yearwood and a second by Director Dansel. Roll call vote.
Director Sloan,
Aye.
Director Dansel,
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood,
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis,
Aye.
and Chair Langen.
Aye.
Thank you.
That brings us to G6.
Item G6, adopt resolution 25/26-25 and authorize the general manager to record the grant deed conveying title of real property of APN 067-0650-109-000, known as Lot A of the Sunridge Park 3 subdivision. And just a quick note on this item, the 2-page deed document did not make it into the packet. However, there are copies available at your spot on the dais for reference, and there are also available on the table at the back for members of the public to reference. And these are just clerical papers that, if the item is approved, would be signed as part of the standard filing process. And we've received no speaker cards, and seeing no comment, I will turn it over to Principal Planner Terry Zoller.
Thank you, Shelby. And like Shelby was saying, that we are looking for recommendation for adopting the resolution for the Lot A of Sunridge Park 3 subdivision. That APN is 067-0650-109, quadruple zero. And a little bit of background for this. Sunridge Park 3 subdivision, not to be confused with Sunridge Park, which we also have an actual park named Sunridge Park. This is an area that's located within the Sunridge Pacific Plan in the area of Rancho Cordova, generally bounded by Canyonlands Drive, Timberland, and Hetch Hetchy Drive. The project includes the development of 55 residential lots and associated infrastructure. As part of the subdivision approval process and pursuant to the City of Rancho Cordova's land dedication and in lieu fee ordinance, residential development projects are required to dedicate parkland or pay in lieu fees to support the provision of parks and recreation facilities. And if you want to get eyes on the subject property we're talking about, you can go to Exhibit C in your packet here, and it is slightly colorblind, but I believe it's the yellow small parcel on the knuckle of lot designated Lot A in the diagram, just to give you some reference. And the exhibit doesn't show all 55 lots in completion, but it does show them as partial lots in the numbering system. For this adoption of this parcel, the developer has provided a grant deed as the clerk has presented. We also have a preliminary title report and all the supporting documentation so we can provide for the conveyance of Lot A. It's going to be designated as a parkland parcel within the subdivision. And so it is also located immediately adjacent to Exploration Park. So Exploration Park is immediately west of this parcel. And acceptance of this parcel will allow the district to incorporate the property into the existing park site and support park access and connectivity within the surrounding neighborhood, and especially directly to these new 55 new homes. Under analysis, the Sunridge Park development is governed by the Sunridge Park Development Agreement that was executed back in 2006. And under the PDA and the City of Rancho Cordova's land dedication and in lieu fee ordinance, residential development within this plan area is required to provide that parkland dedication, as was stated earlier. So earlier phases of the Sunridge Park development resulted in excess parkland dedication of about 2.5 acres beyond the required obligation. So in July of 2022, the developer requested that 2.02 acres of this excess park dedication be transferred to the Sundance Villas project. So that left a little over 1/2 acre of remaining parkland credit associated with the Sunridge Park project area. Sunridge Park 3 tentative subdivision map introduced 55 additional residential units. This was a site that was originally slated as a school site, and so it was infill at that point. And that generated the additional Quimby Parkland dedication requirement of approximately 0.24 acres. So in accordance with City of Rancho Cordova, the developer is required to satisfy that obligation through a combination of the land dedication and the application of available parkland credits. To meet this requirement, the developer is dedicating 0.04 acres of parkland identified as Lot A of the Sunridge Park subdivision, while the remaining 0.2 acres is satisfied through previously established Quimby Parkland credits associated with earlier phases of the Sunridge Park development. So because Lot A is located directly adjacent to Exploration Park, the parcel will be integrated into the existing park site and incorporated into our parkland inventory. So that integration will allow the district to enhance park connectivity with the surrounding neighborhood. So the grant deed, the resolution, and the certificate of acceptance are being brought before the board of directors for approval to formally transfer that ownership of the property to the district. So under fiscal impact, the district will assume responsibility for the long-term maintenance and operations associated with this parcel as part of the Exploration Park site. Ongoing maintenance and operational costs will be funded through the CFD 2018-01, which provides funding for the maintenance of parks within Sunridge, the Sunridge specific plan area. So adopting this resolution and authorizing the general manager to record the grant deed will allow the district to assume ownership by conveying the title of APN 067-0650-109-0000, known as Lot A of the Sunridge Park 3 subdivision, to the Cordova Recreation and Park District and incorporate the parcel into the existing exploration park site. We do request the motion, and I can take any questions.
Do we have any questions, board members?
Is this the park that has the, it's like a little area where water flows through it, like a drainage area?
And we're talking about the exploration park area? Yes,
So this is the property that's beyond that?
that's correct. Yeah, there's it's back on land that's fairly level with the back of curb. And we have provided a connecting sidewalk
Sidewalk or
to the
bridge-
property.
Bridge or something?
Yeah, it's an elevated sidewalk. It's like a small land bridge right
So
there.
you still need the water to be able to flow through.
Correct, yeah. So it's fairly level all the way from the neighborhood into Exploration Park.
Good, okay.
Oh, so basically this is just accepting, or we're basically taking some landscaping, I would assume, and that, like you said, that cement pathway over that connects the sidewalk into the park.
Correct.
From that little subdivision, okay.
Yeah, and we worked with the city of Rancho Cordova on the planting plan with the developer to make sure that it met the city of Rancho Cordova standards and our own standards.
And I assume the plantings are similar to what was already there, so it all looks the same?
Yes, yeah, it was visually integrated into the rest of the park.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
And does all land dedication have to come to the board for approval for the general manager to sign off on it?
I believe that is a yes,
Is that a
but
yes?
I will defer
Then
to.
maybe for a policy for next year is discuss maybe something that's less than a quarter of an acre that the general manager can just have authority. That might be something to discuss next year.
Yeah, we can look into it. It would be probably a legal question as
Yeah.
well in terms of
Yeah, but-
recording deeds and such.
Yeah,
Well,
I just-
this is a rarity that we'd have such a
Yeah, I
small-
know, I'm just saying
Yeah,
if it
this-
ever comes again, cause it's just.
Yeah.
You're thinking the APN number's longer than the parcel, aren't
It's just, it's just one of those things,
That's
but
what I
it's
was
just,
thinking.
but it's just staff's time and everything
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
and putting together for this, it just,
We can look into it.
okay, perfect, thank you.
You can put both feet in it, by the way. It's not a 1 foot parcel.
All right.
I know exactly.
All
what it is.
right. Do we have a motion?
It's bigger than some San Francisco apartments.
I'll make a
That's
motion.
true.
I move the board of directors adopt resolution 25/26-25 and authorize the general manager to record the grant deed conveying title of real property of APN 0670650-0090000 or 0000.
109.
Yeah, it's 109.
Didn't I say that?
Nope.
0650
You gotta start over.
109 0000.
We don't have to come back.
Known as the Lot A of the Sunridge 3 subdivision. Sunridge Park.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Director Sloan and a second by Secretary Yearwood. Roll call vote.
Director Sloan?
Aye.
Director Dansel?
Aye.
Secretary Yearwood?
Aye.
Vice Chair Mattis?
Aye.
Chair Langen?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
And that brings us to H, Board of Directors items.
For item H2A, there was no training to report this month, and item H2B is the community activities report. And at this time, we've received no speaker cards, and seeing no public comment, I will turn it back over to you, Chair.
And that brings us to item I, comments by staff on non-agenda items.
We'll go down the line and do
Oh.
communities first, and then we'll hit that
Did
item.
I miss that?
Are we at
Board member.
Chair Lang
Oh,
was
yes.
trying
Yeah, way to go, Dick.
You're doing it when I'm the chair.
to.
I'm just trying to
Notice,
skip
notice
stuff.
nobody up here questioned him on this.
Community activities report. We'll start down there at the end with Director Sloan.
Okay, bear with me, guys, I have 2 months here. And you know how long my 1 months are. So I'll try to make it fast. Thursday, March 5th, CPRS District 2 Awards Luncheon. I was pleased to attend and see us get 2 awards. And I know you probably already heard this, but I thought I'll just repeat it. Recreation and Community Program Award, Outdoor Adventure and Teen Adventure Group, which I thought was a fantastic program. And our rising star, Arturo Canvarrubias, program facilitator and food service cook. I thought that was fantastic. Good for us. Saturday, March 7th, Rancho Cordova Little League, 72nd opening day ceremony. I was there and photographing and, you know, taking part in their traditional ceremony. Field looked fantastic. I was Sunday, March 8th, the Holiday Festival of Colors at Hagen Community Park. It's an event I really love to go to every year. It's ushering in spring by throwing colored corn powder, different colored powder all over people, and they get all full of color, and it's a fantastic event. Friday, March 13th, I attended the 26th Annual Cordova Community Council Volunteer Awards, which I was pleased to receive one of the awards, and had a contingency of louder. Contingency
Did you bring it with you?
of Park District employees there, which also made the front page of the Grapevine above the fold, our photo. That was fantastic. On Tuesday, March 17th, I attended the CRPD board meeting. I know Brian already reported out on that one. I'm just gonna say that in the part of that whole thing, we're working on a foundation, and I presented 25 different logo ideas to the board.
Way to narrow it down.
Well, I know, so I just I needed some direction, and hopefully it's gonna move into finalization, maybe before the conference, who knows?
Did you build each one, or did you use AI?
No, I hate AI, sorry. AI is taking over everyone's jobs, and I don't like that. But anyway, it was a productive meeting like it always is. It was in person, and the next day I wasn't able to attend, but Brian went down to the Capitol and was able to advocate for the district and the state and all the stuff that we need for keep our programs running. And of course, because my son was getting married, and he got married on that Thursday. Clap again if you want.
I did.
One down, two to go.
Same here.
And now let's see, on Saturday, March 21st, the 61st opening day of Cordova Girls Softball. Director Yearwood and I were there, and taking, in the festivities of the opening day of softball. It's always exciting. Rod Borba does a great job with that program, and opening day seems to always have a sentimental event going on for everybody. Brings a tear to people's eyes. On Saturday, Saturday, March 28th, Hoppin' and Huntin' at Hagen was a fantastic event I attended. I've attended it most every year, and every year it doesn't surprise me how great it is, and how much fun kids have, and what a great job the district does in providing the eggs and the Kiwanis out there, the Rotaries, and all these people who helped in the pancakes and all that. It's a great thing. Also on Saturday, April 4th, I attended the Arbor Day tree planting at Lincoln Village Community Park. We put in 18 trees. That was fantastic too. I really enjoyed that. It's nice to see, us getting the trees donated to us, and then our park district, getting everything ready for us to actually plant the trees, and giving us a nice demonstration how to take care of trees and plant them, which was very knowledgeable. And that same day, I headed over to Brecca's Beautiful Riviera East Community Association's annual Easter egg hunt at Riviera East Park, and it was well attended. There was, I think I did a head count of, in the photograph, of, it was between 85 and 100 people at this event. I thought that was really nice of it. And then last but not least was today's budget and finance, what I've already reported on, so that's it. Thank you. Claude now.
He's done. Mine's short and sweet. Arbor Day event on April 4th. It's always great to be planting more trees in our community for multiple reasons, as was explained to us that day by CAL FIRE. And they've definitely been watered this last week with the rain that we've got. And then on April 6th, I had district policies standing committee meeting. That's all I've got.
All right. Oh, my turn? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I've already reported out, actually, I guess the first thing I did was I was fortunate to be able to head over to the Arbor Day event on April 4th. It's always a nice event. Who knew there was so much involved with planting a tree? You know, just drop it in the ground and go. It's a lot of work to it. They did get watered a whole bunch. I sure hope those stakes got put in the ground. Got real good. So, but it was a nice event. I don't get out to many Saturday events anymore because of work. But and then the other two were things I've already reported on. That's all I got. You're up, foot trigger.
Don't have anything.
All right. I was able to make it out to the April 4th District Arbor Day event at Lincoln Village Park. Just a great time, a great demonstration. The few times I've seen the demonstrations done, it's always well done. I come away being like, I'm going to be able to plant my own tree when I get home. And then a week later I forget. So it's my brain retention, but it's okay. It's just a great job, and it's fun just to see just the different people, the different organizations that are able to make it out, and great to have the city out there, CAL FIRE, Metro Fire. So yeah, just a great event.
I have one question though. How come you're the only one wearing a hard hat back there?
He was the only one crazy enough to
Style
put it on.
points.
We'll talk about that later.
Because he did not heed my advice that you never wear hats
Yeah.
in photos.
Now I have.
He brought it, it was one of his kids.
Look, he's about safety. Safety first.
Yeah, safety first.
Did you right?
He learned from Jill. No, take no risks.
Item I.
Item I1, district-wide monthly progress report for April 2026. And at this time, we received no speaker cards. And seeing no public comment, I will turn it over to General Manager Patrick Larkin.
Thank you, Shelby. All right, some highlights from the past month. Attended the California Special Districts Association Sacramento Area Chapter Formation Committee, mouthful. We are still moving forward with creating a new chapter for the Sacramento region. We're in the process of creating, modifying bylaws, and we are looking to host the next meeting here at our offices in May to determine the executive board. So more to come. Eventually, once this is created and formed, it will be coming to our board for acceptance as a member. Going forward, also, we hosted a PMRID Oversight Committee meeting this past month, and we reviewed accomplishments, projects, and shared plans for next fiscal year projects. We met with the leadership staff from the Rancho Cordova Food Locker to assist them in securing donations for landscape materials for their new community food hub. Thank you to Chase, John, Mark, Jim, for securing these generous donations to support this incredible project that'll be coming and ribbon cutting pretty soon. I think they're looking to ribbon cut either in May or June.
May 20.
Yeah, so we will send out an invitation for when they open that, so that you can get that on your calendars. And if you can attend, it's really quite an incredible project for our community. So thank you to the staff for helping them out and securing those donations for them. Hosted the leadership team appreciation brunch and thanked them for their hard work, as well as gave them a little fanny pack branded by CRPD, and so everyone was like, woohoo, fanny packs for all, so that was cool. Attended CSDA legislation days at the state capitol with Shelby and Canoe. We partnered with leaders from Sac Metro Fire to advocate and educate legislators on issues related to special districts, so we had a great day. It was really great to have some fun and bond with our friends over at Sac Metro Fire. And we also presented to Leadership Rancho Cordova class of, Andrea?
19.
Oh, class 19. We presented history on CRPD, gave them a tour of our aquatic center as well as the barn, and then they did a project on how to create and build and what goes into creating a new park. On page 63, we again recognized World Down Syndrome Day on March 21st. Staff proudly participated in the annual Rock Your Socks initiative to celebrate inclusion and raise awareness of Down syndrome. The date represents the triplication of the 21st chromosome, and wearing mismatched socks highlights the uniqueness of individuals with Down syndrome. And this year, again, Andrea won the vote for Best Rock Your Socks. She had a cat prop, so there on page 63 is her and her cat prop. So thank you for the staff participating. This is, I think, our 8th or 9th year doing this, so it's been pretty incredible for us to still go forward with that initiative. Some highlights from Park Planning and Development. Yes, Michael Yearwood had identified earlier that we are under construction at Mather Sports Complex for the South Soccer Field turf replacement. We are slated to be completed with that project by the beginning of June. White Rock Community Park Community Well project is going well. We have our staff attending weekly construction meetings as needed for coordination. We actually finally have the approval and permits from the White Rock Community Dog Park. So next phase is we'll be going out to bid for construction, and so far we're on schedule, and we're hoping to get that thing going and move that forward. So also the Ranch Community Park is expected to start construction in late spring of this year, and pre-construction meetings is scheduled for the end of April. Let's see, also Steel Ridge, formerly known as Trevor Gill Martin, tentative subdivision maps, specific plan and amendment and large lot maps. They're moving pretty quickly here. So they're looking to target the May board meeting for us to consider a park development agreement and a CFD annexation for that development. There is a new infill development proposal, Folsom Gardens apartment, that is in the Brecca area of our district, that staff have commented on that project. Also, on page 72 again is a great visual, so you can see all of the construction areas in our district. It keeps on multiplying every month, so hopefully it won't just take over the whole page soon. But thank you to the amazing staff in our park planning and development. You guys are working really hard, and you're juggling so many multiple diverse projects, and you're just doing a fantastic job, so thank you for that. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our recreation superintendent, Chase Michelotti.
Thank you, Patrick. So March was obviously a very big month for all staff district-wide. As we heard, March 28th, we hosted our annual Hoppin' and Huntin' event. We estimate we welcomed over about 1,000 attendees for a fun-filled morning that included multiple egg hunts for the kids, music from our favorite DJ, interactive games, and chances to win a prize by finding a golden ticket in your egg. And I'd like to say a big thank you to all the vendors who joined and shared their information about their local businesses, and a special thanks as well to Rotary for helping scatter the eggs for the egg hunt, and to Kiwanis for preparing the always popular pancake breakfast. And overall, our staff did an incredible job, and the volunteers, and we truly appreciate their efforts. We also heard about Arbor Day and the tree planting. We planted 18 new trees throughout Lincoln Village Community Park. We're very grateful to all the community members who came out and local leaders who volunteered their time. So also a huge thank you to Park Services Supervisor Mark Haig for leading the effort, and to our partners at West Coast Arborists for providing free seeds to the community. And also to the City of Rancho Cordova for providing the lunch for volunteers. So these collective efforts truly helped raise awareness and laid the groundwork for another successful tree planting. Shifting gears over to park services, staff completed nearly 100 work orders in March. In addition to several irrigation improvements, the landscape team planted 17 trees across Exploration Park, White Rock Community Park, Hagan Community Park, and along the Rancho Cordova Parkway streetscape. At Hagan Community Park, we also installed new LED solar lights around the pickup circle in front of the community center, and these lights feature updated battery storage capacity and just to provide a safer and more well-lit walkway, especially in the evening. Park Services staff also completed a United Rentals lift training on March 4th and 5th, with all participants passing their exams, yay, and receiving certification or recertification. So congratulations to Jim and the Park Services team on another busy and successful month. Over in recreation, the demand is still high. Camp Cordova Summer Camp registration opened on March 24th and reached over 50% total capacity within the first 24 hours, which is really remarkable. So congrats to Matt and his staff for doing such an incredible job in setting the stage for another busy summer. Cordova STEAM Preschool spent the month working on student art projects, and we're excited to see their fantastic work showcased this Friday, April 17th at the MAC Student Art Show. Student projects will be featured alongside artwork from other local community artists. And continuing with the art theme, the Hagan Community Barn hosted its second annual painting party at the barn. So our budding local artists enjoyed painting while interacting with their favorite animals, and the event continues to draw those looking to connect with both art and nature. Over at Cordova Golf Course, we saw strong growth this past month with 4,500 rounds of golf, compared to 3,090 last year, along with a 26% increase in total revenue. That's awesome, so congrats to Doug and his team. Programming continues to expand, and we saw the return of instructor Denise Foss's PGA Hope Clinics, which are tailored to teach golf to our veteran U.S. service members. And we also saw the return of our Saturday Junior instructional clinics, with which we partner with Will Robbins Golf Company. And then in community relations, Shelby had a full schedule. On March 27th, she provided an update on upcoming legislation to Rancho Cordova Area Chamber of Commerce Government Relations Committee, helping keep our partners informed and supporting positive collaboration. She also participated in CSDA Legislative Days on April 7th and on April 9th, joined with other district staff in presenting to the Leadership Rancho Cordova class. And then we had top performing content on social media in March, which included our Hoppin' and Huntin' Hagan Reel, our Year of Impact, Park Services Recap, and the Hoppin' and Huntin' at Hagan Post. And if you turn to your board invitation page, you'll see the calendar of events, and there's a lot coming up that we're looking forward to. April 25th, there's Kids Day in the Park, which is hosted by the Cordova Community Council. On April 29th, there's the Senior Resource Fair at the Neal Orchard Senior Activities Center. On May 9th, Rancho Cordova iFest at the Village Green. May 14th, as you heard earlier, the welcome reception at Exploration Park. May 16th, our community yard sale, and then May 16th, the Spring Day of Service, which is hosted by the City of Rancho Cordova. And that concludes my report.
Good job, Chase.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
J2.
All right, item J1 is our articles, correspondence, and public outreach, and item J2 is our district calendar for April and May. And we have no public comment for those items, so I'll turn it back over to you.
And that leads us to K, closed session.
Item K1, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9 D2, one potential case. Item K2, liability claim pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.9. Claimant, Lisa Quinn Lopez, agency claimed against Cordova Recreation and Park District. And at this time, we've received no speaker cards and there is no public comment.
All right, and we will recess. We will recess to closed session at 7:34 p.m.
Exactly, sir. Now we wasted that beautiful paper. All right, come on. So, where's
Phone is- Getting coffee.
You have 3. You have 4 now.
You can
So
start.
we have 4, so
Yeah.
we
have a
ready?
quorum.
We are now returning to open session at 8:09. K1, no reportable action. And item K2, the Board of Directors voted unanimously to reject a claim against the district as presented by Lisa Quinn Lopez. That brings us to adjournment of this meeting at 8:09 p.m. See you in a month, Wednesday, May 20th.
Good job, team.